There's an enlightening exhibit about love and loss at the Ivy Brown Gallery on Hudson Street in the Meatpacking District. It's called Illuminations, and the artist, Florence Montmare, joins us today. Great to see you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
So it's your New York City gallery at this point, but these pictures were taken not in New York City, but all over the world. Tell us a little bit about them.
Well, I started taking those photos when I was going through a really hard time in my life. I couldn't sleep at night, and I was also in a relationship that was falling apart.
And so you felt inspired by impending heartbreak?
In a way. I feel like that was the only way I could really deal with it and be there.
Okay, describe to us what we're seeing here. It looks like a shroud in a bed.
It's probably me sleeping, and I'm taking these really long exposures, and I started when the room was completely dark, and I started making these photos, and they're 6 to 8 hour exposures of us sleeping and gradually becoming more separate.
I was reading that you had moved to this amazing condo, this apartment in Sweden, right?
Yes.
And space and light and air, and all it did was sort of highlight how much darkness and space between you there was.
It became so obvious. That was when it became so obvious to me that this was really falling apart.
Was this your first experience with heartbreak?
No, it wasn't. But it was a very important relationship at the time.
And so you knew what was coming. You'd had that experience before. What inspired you to turn such sadness? I mean, anyone who's had their heart broken, and everyone should at least once in their life, it's a valuable but awful experience. Anyone who's experienced that, you just kind of want to move on to happier times, and you were documenting it.
I wanted to be there. I wanted to be present. It was important for me to be present at whatever was happening. And in this case, I was trying to use that pain into making art.
And when we're talking about the fact that these were taken in multiple cities, what inspired you to continue taking them elsewhere after you'd moved out of that great Swedish apartment?
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Well, actually, after we separated, I lost my camera.
Which is probably heartbreaking in and of itself.
It is, but I was using one other gift that I had been given, and I continued the project with on a smaller scale.
What do you want people to take away from sort of the ethereal nature of these photographs?
Well, I hope that they will be able to connect. I hope that they will be able to connect with something a little more deeper within themselves. I feel like everyone has been through not being able to sleep or breaking up with someone or going through that. And I hope that they can bring something with them. And
on October 12th, I just want to mention you become part of the exhibit yourself.
I will be, yes.
You're going to head back to bed?
I'm going to be sitting on my bed, and I'm going to be in the space for starting at 12 noon. And I'm going to be waiting for him to show up.
And do you think he will?
I hope so.
Well, fingers crossed, because there's nothing quite like reignited love. Florence, thank you so much for coming on. Good luck with the exhibit.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.